You better not have lost your voice, Barclays Center. That better have just been a warm-up because we've got ourselves the third map. North American Evil Geniuses, home soil and a chance to win a best-of-5 versus Astralis with 3. Finishing it clean. Winning a tournament without dropping a map. Henry, this is all a possibility. This could be a reality for EG, but the map is trained.
The map is trained, then Nuke and Vertigo. Those are technical maps. Those are difficult to grasp, and Astralis are masters on all of them. This could be the reverse sweep. It's never happened before, but there is every chance with the tenacious Astralis on the server. This could be going down. Either way, it's a CT start for Evil Geniuses here. We'll have a look at the setup for Astralis. They do have outside presence here with mages trying to open things up. Smokes have been deployed, bomb to be planted as they make their way out of the main entrance.
We're going to see Cirque get the first. Dupree's head rolls, and the stats for Cirque are going to have to really improve if they want to close this in 3. He did find his form at the end of Dust 2, and now it's his chance to start with a bang here on Train. Got the first, and Nadja gets the second opportunity. Magis falls. 3 remain for the Danes. Bomb down, that's the only advantage they have. They certainly don't have the numbers, and it's extended, the deficit by Stanislaw. Tarek's there as well, it's all on Zipex. They know exactly where he is. A beautiful dance from Breezy gets them that information. He's still alive, and they are on that bomb, and so this will be EG taking the first round of map 3.
Right. Excellent work there from Evil Geniuses. You can see a nice outside execution there from Astralis. 2 smokes deployed, flashes over, outside control granted, bomb planted, but at that point it was Cirque coming from old bomb, managing to open things up, and then the pincer coming from across the map here. Oh. Lovely work from himself to get multiple frags here. This was the kill, the all-important one. It really disrupted defense there once the bomb was planted. Breezy with the attack from the Pop Dog as well. With the bomb planted, a couple of kills found, you're going to see that force buy in the second round, which seems to have more success more often than not.
Yeah, and on Train no less, you pull 3 rifles straight out of the gate. Round 2, Cirque's just laughing at him. Double kill. And this round's as good as over for Astralis. Such a heavy investment as well. You pull 2 AKs and a Krieg into your second round on Train no less. So many long lines for you to take those fights early. But Cirque, a quick double, completely nullifies it. Leaves Magis with his Krieg, a Deagle for Zipex, no armor. And so much time left to start to reflect, think about your mistakes, your shortcomings, because that's almost a guaranteed third.
They got nothing done there at all. Astralis, as I said, these rounds normally fall in the favor of the T's, but that's the first kill for them, a 4 versus 2. Mages tacked down to just 10 points of health. Gets himself the AK-47 instead of the Krieg. Needs to try and throw that weapon over to Zipex, which he's done effectively. But what do they do now? 56 seconds remaining. They have a Molotov. And that's about it. They'll make their way towards, presumably inside at this stage, but there's almost no chance of them winning this, or it takes something ungodly at this point for them to make their way through towards this inside bomb site.
I mean, I'd even argue that individual play wouldn't be enough. It would have to be an ungodly error from EG.
Yeah.
No armor for Zipex, no health for Magisk. That's not a sentence that ends with an Astralis win. .25. And they won't be alive for much longer. That's Zipex gone. Stanley's burning, but not quite to the crisp. And crisp is exactly what EG have been so far. 4 still standing. They weather the storm of the second round force.
They absolutely do. An emphatic start as well. Opening kills from Cirque once again. He was quiet on Dust 2 for about 20 rounds or so, but this is resounding. He manages to get up there with that Silence M4. What's interesting as well, because he's the AWPer, when they need a Silence M4 in center positions, he's dropping that to the likes of Tarek. You see Tarek that Silence M4 a lot. He has the M4 as himself equipped in his inventory, so it's nice to see they can mix things up, knowing that Cirque can bring that out if they need him. Either way, it will be presumably the full eco. A few upgraded pistols for Astralis. Glaive with just the Glock. Same story for Device. The AWPer needs the cash, of course. Evil Geniuses shouldn't really be giving up more than 1 frag in this particular scenario, but we have seen the power of the Desert Eagles from Astralis. It is Mages who managed to find great success with that on Dust 2, once again wielding it here on Train.
I like the approach Zipex took on that ladder pop. He goes down halfway, and when he was holding it initially, he's poised to either go straight back up the ladder or he can leap forward using the ladder to launch himself towards his opponent. But no friction early.
Yeah. Not really much to report so far. They have no armor, no grenades on the T side, just hoping they can bleed out utility at the very most and see if any CTs get impatient here. But you can't really think about opening up a bomb site Magus is their best bet, walking into a choke point and looking for the 1-digs here. Looks like maybe a run boost is being set up. No, Dupree's is going to be the cannon fodder, it seems, to Magus. He'll jump across and see if he can set something up. A dink established. Magus had to hit that first shot. Aim punches be a massive factor here. If you do not have armor, one bullet to the leg, it almost will take your crosshair into the sky. There it is, the clean sweep. Evil Geniuses with a ton of money now. 5 players surviving once again. The problem is they want to get the AWP out this stage, but they're kind of troubled by their own success at this point because they have to stay with the 5 rifles, including the AK-47. You don't want to throw an M4 away here.
It sounds so foreign when you hear the fact that Astralis have not won an ESL 1.
Yes, indeed, right? You just assume that.
I mean, that's an assumption that I would make.
Yeah.
But ESL 1 New York. New York had always evaded the Danes as well. They said this was their, another bite of the cherry, as it were, to try and lift a New York trophy. Lift an ESL 1 trophy, but EG, they've found form exactly when they needed to. Battling back in Brooklyn versus the team that lifted the trophy in Berlin. 4 major trophies in the cabinet for the Astralis organization.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Something is afoot here.
And potentially goodbye. No one's going to be presenting themselves, though.
It's a lovely boost.
To try and get that early advantage. But Device for now will remain with 0 frags.
Well, 1 minute remaining. Good news is they've expended most of the CT utility at this stage. There's a couple of incendiaries left and 1 smoke. Breezy has the flashbang. His job is to watch the Ivy position at this stage. They're falling back to T-spawn. And remember, the clock was their nemesis in that Dust 2 encounter a couple of times. I don't think I've said that about Astralis.
No, strange,
in the longest time. Like, sure, one-offs will happen, but twice in a very big game on the grand final stage, you just don't expect that to happen. Pressure getting to them somewhat here. 35 seconds. We'll see if they can actually get the bomb planted here.
Or perhaps more credit to be given to EG. Combination of
What
both.
is
And
that?
yes, looking flustered. 28 seconds. Fumbling with their utility. Good damage, though. Well, it looked like it.
No,
Even
6.
6. Didn't quite feel the brunt of that bullet through the cover. 15 seconds. The smoke enables them to try and get that bomb down, but it does do that. But in the meantime, Ethan catching Glaive. Caught Cirque just before he fell, though, so keeps things level for now. Dupree looking for his first frag here, round 4. Good damage. Should be finished off by Magis, but perhaps a second. Great transfer. Stan's gone. Numbers favor Astralis, and the numbers on the clock ticking away as well with that bomb down to Tarek. It's going to be Zipex to finish it. Astralis find their first clean as they respond. It looked a bit flustered, looked a bit messy to start things off, but as soon as that bomb went down, they went into Predator mode and had every angle covered.
With like 30 seconds on the clock, Glaive missing the smoke, it seemed like things were to start collapsing there, but they held their nerve. And Major saved the day with this lovely transfer. You're absolutely right there. Reacts with a split second to spare, gets the double kill, and Zipex to close things out. Great shot. Down but not out, but this is where the game really gets interesting now. We've got Glock for Dupree. What's happened there? There we go, AK found. And Glaive, okay, so they are making mistakes at this point. That's not a big deal, but still, it's a little bit strange to see how this one's going down. They trade blows. It's Sanator that goes down at the lower ramp, and from upper, it's Cirque to take down the AWP of Astralis Tower. This is so sick.
You wouldn't.
This is so sick.
The boy from Brooklyn is looking for a brawl, and he's got 2. Glaive will silence him, but the roar has been heard throughout the Barclays Center. Zipex and Glaive then for Astralis in pursuit of 2.
Wow. There is one player creeping towards inside. Zipex undetected for now, but Cirque will take him down. 3 versus 1. Glaive can win these. He'll have to flash down towards Pop Dog. Gets down safely so far. Bomb on his back and a smoke and flashbang in reserve. Also has the Molotov there as well. Smoke to take vision away from the bomb site itself. Plenty of time and wiggle room to fall back.
Ballsy push from Tarek. So early in the round.
You just don't expect it, right?
He wants to get under the skin of Astralis, right? Completely.
It's so, like the fact that Magus is there shooting out the windows, getting ready to throw smokes.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be such a discombobulating play from Tarek there. If he gets 2 frags, it should be round done. But like we said, Glaive has a chance to win this, but that's quickly eradicated there. 4-1 EG, and you're right, they're going to be under the skin of Astralis. Like we saw them in T-spawn, juggling weapons around, last-minute UMP purchases after missing the smoke as well on the round they won. It's not looking like the Astralis we know and love. They need a tactical timeout here. I love this from Tarek. Why not? Really give it to him. He's showing he's not scared. He's not intimidated at this point.
And there is 0 doubt in my mind now, Astralis will have a player responsible for the pop push.
Yes.
That's going to slow at least one player down, cause a change of plans, perhaps not with the pistols, though. It's going to be Desert Eagles all round, the Astralis El Classic.
Well, this is how they got their initial success on Inferno. They were 5-0 down and managed to win their first round with Deagles across the board. You can never discount them in these sort of situations. They're very good at finding the 1-digs at range. Problem is, Evil Geniuses have got that single orb set up. They can just hold back. They know the money is going to be relatively low. A good HE comes in and does significant damage towards Magisk and Glaive.
Tarek was holding the flashbang, but Ethan's going to do it all with his M4. No worries from the first. Glaive does connect with the Desert Eagle, and it's not like they're quite done yet. Dupree's doing the same. Astralis, they're doing good damage with these pistols. A recovered M4 for Dupree, and crawling towards green. Back's turned, at least Ethan's is. No support to catch it. In response, though, oh, he had a moment's chance before Stan could adjust. But Smoke and Mirrors enables Zipex to get that bomb down at 1 versus 3 at a crucial moment of the third map of this grand final, and it's Zipex to clutch.
Well, we've said that a few times before. 1 versus 3. 2 flashes and a smoke to his name. He's pushed to the backtracks here. They'll be aware of that prospect, and Stanistor might have been timing a little bit off there. Oh, they have spotted him, it looks like. So he'll probably get 1 kill here, but not meant to be. Stanistor to close things out. They'll get rid of the FAMAS and pick up the AWP, Krieg for Breezy, and a pretty comfortable defuse at the end. Their money was at breaking point, Evil Geniuses. And then you give 2 players up there against a partial by Astralis. That's about par for the course, but they got the bomb down there. Astralis will be happy with that. They've got 6K per player now. Device can bring out the AWP. He's 1-5 again. Very early on in this third map, but he hasn't had the resounding performance he had over in Berlin, if you remember that. Absolute star over in Germany. This grand final hasn't been his best.
No, Dupree had a real chance to swing that round in Astralis' favor as well from Green Train. Stan, though, quick to adjust. You can see his face kind of tells the story. It always does, though, with Dupree. The highs and the lows, blatant on his face. Look at this from Stan. He's taking a leaf out of Tarek's book. Oh my goodness, another player could have got caught off guard with his lineup. Zipex this time, trying to throw the Molotov towards Pop, and does look like it landed. Dupree, close but no cigar. It's Glaive though, smokes him. Breezy gone. And Stan is the sole man responsible for now for the inner sight. That's the beauty of the AWP. The double AWP, of course, enables Cirque to be holding Ivy close to that bomb train.
Well then, in terms of utility, 1 smoke remains on the Astralis side. 1 minute on the clock. Glaive positioned towards Ivy as his teammates get ready towards the Pop Dog train. We'll see where they're heading towards at this stage. They're actually going back towards T-Spawn. That's Magisk at least. Bombs on the back of Device. Not really ideal considering it's the AWP up. So got plenty of options here, but time is starting to tick away. Like I said, 1 smoke. It'd be difficult for them to find a point of access here against those AWPers especially. Device needs to be given some time to find anything he can. I feel like Glaive is going to try and show what he can towards Ivy and then enable his teammates to have 1 player waiting for them towards inside. But whether he can actually do anything with 1 Molotov is yet to be seen. Here he comes. Serving things up. Great stuff from Glaive as they go down Pop Dog as well. Tarek in a prime position to shut this one down. Looking for the double spray down, but he's flocked his line somewhat here. Needs to find at least 1 of these kills. Trying to run the clock down as low as he can. That could be enough. Device now has to pull out the pistol. Oh, it's Tarek coming in on top. 1 versus 1. 10 seconds remaining. He can hear Glaive next to him. He knows he has the advantage here. Trying to duck and weave. Who will come out on top? Tarek's trying to use every trick in the book here. It's a fake plant. It's an all-in commitment from Glaive. And it's 1 that works out for him. He holds his nerve. If Tarek hit that point, it's all done. The time would have eluded them once again, but it comes down to the 1 versus 1, and Astralis squeaked past the round.
Balls of steel in both sides. Tarek's pushing Pop Dog aggressive early. Glaive is faking on 4 seconds. Wins the 1v1 and brings home a crucial one for the Danes. They need to calm down, and so do I. They call the timeout. Buys themselves 30 seconds. The mic of Sonic will be unmuted, and the coach of Evil Geniuses, I'm a Pet, given a chance to speak up if there is any observations they've made so far here on train. It's unlikely, so early into the game.
Oh my goodness, what Tarek, he could have done better with this. The initial double spray down was on a play there. If he gets that cleanly, it's a round done. But he recovered well. It comes down to the 1 versus 1, but Glaive just outplayed him there. It was down to who could hold their nerve, and it's Tarek that blinks first. He takes the bait at the plant. It must have been the full commitment there. It takes 4 seconds to plant the bomb. The fact that Glaive went for a fake plant there, he means it had to kill Tarek. He was hoping he could find Glaive just planting that bomb, but it wasn't the case, and it was a great play from Glaive there. Force buy from EG. This is the access point for Astralis. This could be a few rounds in a row. If they win this one, it's going to be full eco for the North Americans. They set themselves up for a pop flash towards the Ivy position. There it is. I have to run through the flames somewhat here, and it will be a very sloppy encounter, but they've come out on top here. They've stolen 2 weapons away. It's a scout of Ethan trying to hold the door here towards the main entrance. Astralis have made their way through towards Ivy, trying to recover this 5-on-3, which is certainly possible here.
Possible? Sure. Reed looks to ensure a good start. That's 1. Catches Stan towards backtracks, but they have to be paranoid now. They know the CTs could have relocated. Cirque does make his presence known, gets spotted on the exit from Pop. That's Zipex now into the A site, alongside Dupree. Zipex responsible for Z. Dupree will be the first contact, no surprise there. He has the angle, has the chance, but won't be able to seize it, and now Breezy makes his presence known. Quick presence and quick frag is the end of that one, 6-2.
What a fantastic play that was. I talk about this so much. When you have those sort of buys and you have a scrappy setup, a couple of rifles and pistols, you need to take the game to your opposition. Even when you're on the defense there, you need to catch them off guard. You need to surprise them. A set piece with synergy is what it's all about. That one flashbang, pushing through the flames as well. They just didn't see it coming. You could see the orb tucked in towards that Ivy position. 2 kills come through. It forces the hand of Astralis at that point. They have to swing out of Ivy, or Pop Dog, I should say, and it all falls apart very quickly. As I mentioned, that was their access point to this half. That was where it all could turn on its head. But Evil Genius is now back in the driving seat. 6-2 up, and it's a pretty much full eco here for Astralis. Upgraded pistols, no armor, 1 smoke.
Astralis often have the protocols in place for their Ivy take to have a player playing anti-flash, but the presence of the Molotov did have a false sense of security for the Danes. What a push, what a play. EG back, firm grasp and control of Train. Will there be another window of opportunity for Astralis to get back in here on the T side? Not this round. Breezy, brazen, willing to take that fight.
He spots the smoke come through. Ethan sets up the perfect flashbang. He swings round. Clinical kill there, and it's Glaive, like we say, it's in-game leaders usually by themselves in those sort of flanks, trying to get information, trying to give a cue for their teammates. That Ethan, so precise with his aim, he holds strong towards outside. That's going to be his first frag of the round. He contributed to the first with the flash. 5 versus 3, they've ascertained that his deagle's out and no helmets as well. If you get a clean kill like that with the M4, you can call that their eco at this stage. You can actually be a little bit more audacious, I suppose, with your challenges, and it looks like he knows exactly who the last 2 players are. Oh, it's such a resounding victory. Breezy and Ethan getting 5 frag between them. It might prove these guys could be the star players of this team. They're so fantastic individually.
They really are the stars, and they're shining bright exactly when they needed to. Grand finals. An opportunity to deny the ESL 1 trophy from Astralis and to take it for their own. They made the change in leadership because they weren't happy with top 4s. They weren't happy with top 8s. Now, on the grand final stage, they are just 1 map away from realizing that dream, that objective. Cirque, he started so strong here on training. He's looking to open up again. Device was ready for it. Good read, and that's his 2nd frag, a crucial one. Takes down the turret that is Cirque, especially on train. That weapon it can be so powerful to destabilize the T side early, but not this time. To nade the AWP off, credit where it's due. Nice work from EG, puts it back in the grasp of Tarek.
I was wondering, what's the approach here? That's a strange one, but I guess you're right. Gets the AWP off, delivered. Smokes outside, looks to be an inside play to me, though. Oh, that's wonderful from Glaive. Ethan didn't know what was happening there. The flashbang comes down. He tries to avoid it. Time to perfection as Glaive will take him out of the equation here. 5 versus 3. Best advantage Astralis had at some time here. 2 rounds in a row for Evil Geniuses as the outside play comes through. Sanaso trying to deny the plan with the incendiary. It's nicely positioned, but at this stage can't even find a frag. Trying to go for the spam. Not going to be enough. They might as well save at this point, Alex.
Yeah, Glaive nearly going. But this will be the save call from EG, looking to keep hold of what remains. AK-47 for Breezy. I definitely would, if I was them, want to keep that in his hands. Of course, the T-rifle. Can't be buying that one. And the AWP that Cirque didn't get to use, retrieved by some, I think innovative is a stretch, some utility to retrieve it. And so they'll exit and Astralis find their third. On our third of this grand final. I just find that so hard to believe. Have we seen a team reverse sweep in a best of 5?
With the maps, the way they are laid out right now,
It's
like I
set
said,
to.
Train, Nuke, and Vertigo, like, there's a strong chance it could happen. It's not looking great right now for Astralis, but bear in mind, they only need 4 rounds, maybe 5 at the most for a T-side on Train. They are very well versed in this map, and it's their pick as well, so they'll be happy with this. Like, it's a CT-sided affair. Sure, they would have liked a stronger start than this. It hasn't been fantastic. They have been caught off guard and out of position at times, and a few missed smokes here and there, but all that matters is if they get 4 or 5 on the board, they know they can pull this one back on their CT side. They can still come back and win the half here, as we're going for an aggressive play from Glaive. He's taking a lot of damage. I think he's done for. Ethan will burn him. Great incendiary usage there as EG find the first frag without even spotting Glaive.
In-game leader on the menu tonight, freshly cooked, and nice work from Dupree to keep things level early. That Molotov can cause a problem for Ethan. He won't be given the fight from above and therefore lives to fight another day. I say that, Zipex looking to change it. Not far off with the floor bang. He's got a lot to do.
He snuck out. He's managed to get towards Ivy at this stage. This is deadly.
Who's vulnerable? At the moment, no one. Ethan, Popdog, Cirque, back in Z, almost towards the inner sight. So Magisk, he's going to be getting a whole lot of information that, oh, this could be a tough one. A bitter pill for Breezy to swallow as the backstab coming in from Magisk. He's got a perfect read and executes him. Smoke to block off Cirque, and oh, the fired shot really does confirm it. This is looking so good for the Danes. Dupree gets his second frag of the round on Ethan, eventually scurrying out of his hidey hole that was Popdog. One will be going down. Stan and Cirque. Very little they can say about this one. Magisk gives them an opportunity though.
Yeah, they might as well save the AWPs at this stage. Brilliant play there from Majors. He only gets 1 kill, but it pretty much sabotages the entire setup EG had there. They had 1 player really positioned towards outside. That's going to be Breezy, holding the backtracks, focusing towards that Ivy position. That's all he really can do. He's playing defensively, hoping his teammates at his double AWP setup we had to retake efficiently. It was a great start from EG. They managed to burn the in-game leader Glaive out of the equation very early on, but then Dupree taking matters into his own hands, playing a little bit looser than he would expect, realizing he has to step up and get on their level in terms of the individual duels and be ready to challenge those, which he had to do in that 5-on-4, and he pulls the round back in their favor, buys some space from Aegis where he can sneak towards those backtracks. Very advantageous spot for them to be in, but EG will save 2 AWPs. They're almost certainly going to be buying into the next round. Money's pretty decent for them, but 7-4.
It's such a different opponent, isn't it? Liquid and Evil Geniuses.
Yeah.
For Astralis, that's 2 completely different kettles of fish.
Absolutely.
This individually driven, flamboyant, I think is a word I'd use to describe Evil Geniuses and their play. Certainly some of the names, Ethan, Breezy, Cirque, star-studded, and a double AWP will be brought into our next round of play. Timeout called by Evil Geniuses to piece this one back together. They've been very vocal about the effects the Barclays Center crowd has had on their gameplay. It's not every day you get to feel the support, that hometown experience. We saw what it meant to the Danes over in Odense. I remember that win being all the more special, and they made that clear.
Round 12 coming up. Astralis now with 2 rounds under their belt, looking to really destroy the finances of EG. If they can win this round, they'll be in that position. Device has the AWP, 2 and 8 to his name. Another AWP-centric affair on D-Train. Cirque has broken double digits. He's on 10 frags. He's on the CT side, which is normally a better position to be in.
This looks quick. This looks really quick. Ethan, too, to receive. He's going to be full blind, though. Fires off a warning shot. This is going to be a quick round, I'll tell you now. Dupree with a double. Magisk is there as well, and just like that, 1 minute 38 still on the clock. The round has only just begun, but it's over.
Wow. There's a double AWP to save once again. That is very quick. A nice change of pace. Astralis realizing the defaults aren't going to work out. They're just working slow positions together. They're going to find a bit of trouble here, as we'll see now. Cirque surely going to go down as well. The first clean sweep I think Astralis have had it some time. As we'll see, Cirque just try and retreat here. Ducking and weaving, but he's got no chance. He'll be dropped any second now, and it's going to be Zipex to close things out. That's a massive round for Astralis to pick up. Money broken now. They can still come back and win this half, bear in mind. 7-5 with an almost certain eco coming in. He can't even justify a partial buy here. P250's at the very top end of this purchase. Astralis, I love that. You can see the flashbangs. They were so overwhelming. dupreeh getting flashed by them, but he gets his vision just to get to that E-box, and the CT's anything but.
These last two rounds, dupreeh has charged. Both out of main.
He's just had enough, I think. It's like, well, I'm sick of just holding angles and waiting for them. We're going to get to take the game towards them.
Device, knowing that the buy is poor, willing to take a risky push, and that risk nearly got punished. Nice work from Ethan to catch Glaive, catch the weapon as well.
Oh,
in Ethan's hands, Stan's pushing to Zipex. Device is still having an awkward fight. He's got 10 HP. They've got 2 players left. This round has spiraled immediately in favor of EG. What just happened?
They took their eye off the ball for a second, but it's still recoverable here. 2 versus 2, Device down to 10. Bomb, though, is in a very awkward spot indeed. We'll see if Breezy and Stanislaw can hold on. They've got 2 smokes. The problem is there's so much time on the clock. They know there's a chance for Astralis to maneuver back into this situation. They were holding up. They were waiting for the aggressive plays. They didn't expect it to come through with so many players there. Still, Breezy and Stanislaw, remember, have no armor here. If they get into a 1v1 duel against Magisk especially, you're going to struggle to hold on.
2 smoke grenades. If Astralis take their time with this one, could become a powerful tool on the utility belt of EG.
Magisk and Device both towards inside right now. Upper ramp for Deva. We'll see what he can do. They've got a Molotov to try and segregate the CTs here. 30 seconds, you're right. Now is the time you want to be deploying those smoke grenades if you can. Breezy might want to consider that at this stage.
Maybe on contact.
They just spotted, and indeed, drop it down there. Oh, that's powerful. They're going to have to boost up now. They're kind of fumbling this a little bit.
The smoke will obscure Stan's view, though, but I think the Molotov's... it worked out perfectly. Actually, no, it didn't. Now, can't take that fight. Time's become a factor. If you let them retrieve that bomb, Breezy's got 1. That's the hard one as well.
He got the bomb, though.
And Device gets the bomb and runs. No HP. He's going to give it a good go, trying to find the safest spot to plant. He's worked it out. 5 seconds. What? He gets the no-scope. No time, though. And just like that, Stanislaw wins the round, but Device, you cheeky bean, keeps the AWP. No scope to survive and bring the weapon into the next, but EG win a round they had no right to win.
That's ridiculous. The inside push, absolute pandemonium ensuing there. And the lovely play there. You called it. Those 2 smokes will be influential towards the end. And as soon as they get contact towards that bomb, they drop a wall of smokes around it. Device grabs the bomb there. He gets the first kill. I believe, like, if he got the bomb out straight away, there was a chance he could have got the planting, but he assumed the second CT would be hot on his heels, but it's anything but. And we get into another full buy for Evil Geniuses. They can't believe their luck. A full eco victory there as we get into another single AWP setup, this time for Cirque. dupreeh taking a little bit of damage at the start. Double AWP setup on the T side. dupreeh really is just like, you know what? Everything we practice, everything we do, throwing that away, and I'm going to go down early, but it looks at things, but Magisk will bring it back to a 4-on-4.
Yeah, you can see it. There is a trigger was pulled 3 rounds ago, and dupreeh, well, 4 rounds ago now, has just been starting to hold W a whole lot more, trying to change the pace to catch EG off, and it worked initially, especially when the team came with him. But Evil Geniuses, if they can wrap this one up, put a bow on it. CT half double digits, it's attainable in order to finish in 3. Never write Astralis out of a grand final, though. Stan, quick reactions onto Zipex, gives them the man lead as they start to commit towards the site. 3 men in already from Astralis. I don't know if they're ready for Stan. Magisk was. CT utility used to enable them to find some fresh angles for this fight. Z often very awkward, but so is Glaive's position. He can really destabilize them here. He doesn't have to do anything for now, but just survive. The element of surprise still real, not if Breezy finds him. Magisk is on 2 already. He'd be on for the ace at this point, gets 3 to remain. Oh! Finally shut down by Cirque, and so now all onto Device to defend this bomb plant. Does manage to keep it level. He's got a molly, that's the winning formula. Bomb is planted for it, and so now the hunt begins. Breezy, he's in hot pursuit. Now running the clock down, Device plays it to perfection.
Oh, it's so overwhelming. Astralis having to go the absolute distance in that round. It felt like EG had done enough there. Device dropping the Molotov on top of the bomb, and of course, Breezy runs up the ladder, chasing him down with the USP there. This has been an absolute brawl in the first half here. Astralis holding their nerve there. They managed to win 4 out of the last 5 rounds. And to finish things off here, we have 3 5.7s, an AWP, and a Scout. If EG can do it again with next to nothing, I'll be gobsmacked.
Wow, and the reality is that this could be an 8-7 half for
Outside rush.
And they're just charging. It works every single time. Charging into the EG ranks fast and furious. the double kill. Tarek counts. The element of surprise. Dupree will pick the pieces up, though. No worries. Ethan's the first to break the drought of frags that EG have witnessed here in the last round of the first half. And that's the end of that. Astralis, they keep things as close as they could. EG 8, Astralis 7 on Train.
That's still very significant, Alex, and still anyone's game. I love what both teams are presenting right now. Astralis are starting to catch on to what Evil Geniuses are doing to them. We'll take a break and be back with the second half.
Stay in line, be alright, better play it safe. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge. In the night, go through hell and back, just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place. When the perfect light falls, and that's when you can see all my flaws. And I could tell you don't mind at all. Oh no. You said come a little closer. Come here and I can show you. So I came a little closer. You said I'll show you how to love you. How to love you. How to love you. I'm reaching over, tell me which way I gotta go. I got no control, show me everything I need to know. Reaching over, tell me which way I gotta go. I got no control, show me everything I need to know. You saw me when I tear down my walls. I think you fell in love with my flaws. You know that I was shy at first though. Oh yeah. You said come a little closer. Come here and I can show you. So I came a little closer. You said I'll show you how to love you. How to love you. Come a little closer. Tell me which way I gotta go. Here and I can show you. Show me everything I need to know. Came a little closer. Tell me which way I gotta go. Show you how to love you. How to love you. How to love you.
Barclays Center, this could be the last half of Counter-Strike we see. I want to hear everything you've got. Evil Geniuses, hometown heroes, are poised to have a shot at Astralis, and it is only a shot. 8-7 half keeps things very level. I'm Henry, and he's Machine, and we're jumping into our third map. I think that mixed it up. Why not?
It did. That certainly caught me off
I got
guard.
you guessing, you know?
Yeah, I can't even remember what I was going to say anymore.
Sorry
What I will
about that.
say is the fact that that was one of the craziest halves of CS you're likely to see this year. Like, nothing made any sense. Astralis weren't sure what to do with it. They started to cotton on towards the end as to what they had to do. They had to present chaos with madness. As they started rushing outside pretty much every single round, we had some absolutely iconic moments. That P250 situation towards the inner
Oh,
halls.
the 2v2, the smoke grenades.
Crazy.
Madness. Device winning that 1v1 Breezy hot on his heels. It's been great.
A lot lot of fun, and here we go, a very, very important pistol round here. Currently 8-7 in favor of VG, but this pistol round could be indicative as to which way it's swinging. They have 2 Molotovs, 1 smoke, and a couple of flashes here as they head towards inside, and Zipex won't find the insta headshot. Will have to jump to safety here. Didn't take any damage, and will call for rotation from Device here.
No blood drawn yet, not a point of damage on the board. Start to gather their resources. It's going to be Stan, Ethan throwing out the utility, still a Molotov, starting to throw the flashbangs in to enable the assault, playing anti-flashes Device, and he's looking to hit the shot, so are they though. He's more worse for wear than them. Stan's patience being rewarded, but he doesn't get the shot. And Dupree, that's a gap he can now exploit. Ethan's going to have to react accordingly. Glaive flashed off for a moment, and it's only a moment. Now Cirque's on the board, finds Dupree to start off this half with a bang. Numbers favouring Evil Geniuses by considerable margins, especially now the bomb's ticking away. He gets the info and can't execute Tarek.
He knew exactly where he was, but couldn't find the shot. And Tarek looking to close things out here. I think he might have done it. 4 versus 1. Make it 0. Lovely work from Evil Geniuses there. The smoke execution with the Molotovs towards connector as well. The flashbang was the most important part of that. Once they had the smokes down and the connector control established with the Molotov there, they were able to flash through past the smoke and go through and get towards those backtracks there. Made things very overwhelming for Astralis. Very big pistol round to pick up there. And we're going to see a force fight in response from the Danes here. 3 pistols, 2 scouts, and a chance. Absolutely. We've known how strong they are with these pistols, but it's up to Device, who's currently sat on 5 and 9, to really sink his teeth into the second half.
It's their chance. Tarek out early. Knows it's not going to be abundance of utility, but Dupree's Deagle should never be forgotten. Such a powerful weapon in his hands, and he's demonstrating it right here in Brooklyn. Switches to the AK, falls with the damage done. Device's scout found a frag as does Glaive's 5-7, leaves Ethan looking to pick up this chaotic round and start to stabilize. That's a start. Didn't lose too much health for the exchange either. Catches Glaive. The bomb's loose, and actually in Magisk's domain. Gets that information, starting to work this one out. Catching him on the cross, that's impossible. AK VMAC 10, a battle of the spray downs. We know who's going to win that one, and Magisk brings home the 8th for Astralis.
Yeah, he had the Krieg and the Kevlar helmet combo as well. Magisk became a tank in the mid stages of that round, but it's Dupree that's the hero for sure. Yeah, like I said in that Inferno game, he's got one of the best deagles in the entirety of CSGO, and he demonstrates it in emphatic style there. Wonderful work, and it has to be the force by response here from EG. Who will blink first and give up 2 rounds? We will see.
Yeah.
EG looking to answer back straight away.
Gosh, these teams, it seems like something has broken in their brains. Now they just want to brawl. They don't want to let the lead slip one way or the other. Dupree has the perfect weapon for the job here. No helmets for the majority as well. That MP9 can shred. High fire rate, lethal little nail gun. And a spread, 3-2. He does very little. Trivial damage done to 2 members of EG. They've got the scope weapons as well. Krieg, Org, Magisk and Device are laughing. Zipex, of course, as well with the scout.
Oh, time ticking away. Couple of smokes here for EG. We have one player in the form of Breezy looking to backstep towards Ivy. He has the option to try and get attention now or go for the flank towards CT spawn once his teammates have the aggro. Looks like it's the latter. Inside they go. Device trying to spray them down here. Needs multiple frags. Can't do it. The run and gun at the Tech 9 prevails, and Breezy now getting in position towards Ivy. It's going to be Stanislaw to go down. It is absolutely crazy here, but there it is. Bomb planted, and now a 3 versus 2 with Tarek on 11 points of health.
They shouldn't have a shot, and looks like Dupree's going to try and confirm it. Leaves Cirque alone, and cleans up with the MP9. And so, level, back and forth, will stay 9-9. That is, however, Astralis stringing together 2.
Yeah,
taking their time to do their scavenging, but Astralis will start to stabilize on their CT side.
We will see. Presumably the eco here at this point. Cirque has enough for AK and armor. I don't think it's worth it though. Had they brought that down to a 1 versus 1, there's a conversation to be had to even go for that. But with 3K, they can go for a Deagle and Kevlar at the very top end, but we will see which way they're inclined. Here's the spray down coming in from Magisk. getting the job done. You can see Breezy trying to make his way out of the Ivy position just to try and trade things out. EG going into next round will take a pretty much full eco here. They've got Deagles and 3 HE grenades. Stanislaw to lead the charge. I assume they just throw those towards the connector maybe. We'll see if that's the case. I'm just going to throw them at the bomb train, it seems. So will they do any damage? Quite significant towards device, but they take a boatload themselves. It doesn't really do a whole lot for them.
Just perhaps a better chance for a body shot into device. It's unlikely he's going to give them that opportunity, though. This one should just be shrugged off, as that first frag was by Magisk. Deagle recovered, though. Could enable Cirque to get something started. And there it is. Cracks into the Ivy side of the map with a click of his mouse. That's just the start of the hard work, though, if they wanted to win against a fully bought up CT side here on the game. Dupree starts to keep things back to the believable.
Well, they have no grenades, no armor. Yes, a nice shot from Cirque to open things up, but overall this looks like Astralis are comfortable and will be the first to get double digits here. 9-9 is the score right now, but EG don't really have anything to work with unless Ethan hits a remarkable shot there towards the bomb site. Not gonna happen. Bombs behind him, and the incendiary will surely take Stan down. He would have been done for regardless. That's the bomb down in the bomb site floor, and at this stage it's going to be a 4 versus 0. Astralis will post around and take the lead here on the CT side. They should be in good stead now to take this third map. EG will have a bye for the first time, though, in round number 5 here going forward. 10-9. Money's starting to stabilize. They'll get the AWP out. That's the shot from Cirque. That was lovely work. But Dupree, very calm in his procedure, pushes him towards inside, and it's a guaranteed victory for Astralis at that stage. Tactical timeout for EG, only their second so far.
Just trying to get themselves back into the game, get their mindset straight. These teams have been inseparable. An 8-7 half, we find ourselves now 10-9. The pistol round enabled EG to get on the board early on this T side, but we've yet to see them really pull anything out of the buys, out of the rounds to come.
Here we go, back into the action. All for Ethan initially. I assume he'll throw it to Cirque as quickly as he can, unless he wants to go for a quick pick on a certain point in the map, and it seems to be the case, maybe towards that main entrance. Similar sort of approach we discussed on Dust 2, trying to get the initial pick towards the E-box cross, but he gets completely flashed off and he's trying to fall back. A little bit awkward, but he gets out of that. Indeed, they'll swap weapons back here. In terms of the CT approach, pretty standard stuff, but a heavy focus towards main entrance. They're going to be pushing into this one. I like this. Incendiary's down, checking every crevice of the entrance here. Dupree might be pushing a little bit closer. Feeling himself.
Yeah. Those spurts of aggression often get rewarded, and Breezy's truly cognizant of that. The fact there were so many flashes, Molotovs, it's gone unchecked. They're all too aware that that's a possibility. However, it's not too much of a threat for now, at least for the majority of EG. They've got other plans, and oh wow, taking a leaf out of Astralis' book. They got device up here, and now similar call made by EG. Nothing quite there. You can catch them just as they climb the ladder. Don't want to linger there too long. 2 to receive, it's Zipex. This is his sight. The flash, however, forces him off. His reaction to swing all the way to the left-hand side enables Device to start taking shots, and he can tuck himself into oil, and they wait for that bomb to go down and their teammates to arrive. They recede and concede the site, the plant. Numbers, however, available for Astralis. Not yet to lose a man, yet to lose a point of health. Tarek pushing up as best he can. He's going to be coordinated. It's time for that preparation to pay off. Everyone should have their flight paths. How do you retake this? How do you clear this?
The problem is right now, EG have no utility whatsoever. They can't flash, they can't push through, but Tarek has found an entry point here. A couple of kills coming in. 3 goes down to the 2 versus 2. Time ticking away on that bomb now. Breezy and Cirque trying to hold on. Good HP for Cirque. Massive frag found, and Magus already got 2 to his name, but now surely can't do anything with it. EG will tie things up on a round that looked like they were a little bit desperate there. Device with the opening kill, a 5-on-4. Bomb does get planted, but they had no grenade to speak of. That's all down to Tarek, sneaking towards those backtracks, negating all of the smokes on his way there. Look at this, he couldn't have played it any better. Fantastic work there. A flurry of frags ensues, and Cirque just had to hit one of those shots to guarantee the round. Astralis do have a buy available. available, but it will be labored. Device with $1,600, Glaive 39. They might want to take this one on the chin with a partial buy. Mages, Dupree, and Zipex can afford, and Zipex could drop the AWP. He's purchased it. They're going for this. The AWP is coming out in the hands of Device here, so presumably going to give it everything they've got. A very important round.
That is the worst trade in all trade deal history. Device swaps a CZ for an AWP. Quite the
yeah, he
deal.
goes,
Quite
can't
the
really help you
businessman.
out here, but here's a pistol. Enjoy yourself. You've got no armor now.
Yeah,
off
Zipex
you go.
with the no armor CZ. Somewhat of a Sanji in this scenario.
Yes, indeed. But if ever there's a man who could make it work, I think Zipex would be up there.
There's the Kevlar. Okay, no panic. He did have the extra cash to splash. It's 10-10. And Astralis, they want to try and keep EG honest. An investment. An unpredictable one, perhaps.
What?
But Stan and Tarek just launched a nuclear strike onto Dupree and Device. Glaive responds with some aggression, but this could be punished. This could almost confirm the round immediately, but he changes it. Tries to swing the pendulum back in favor of Astralis with the first, and he's did catch a glimpse of Cirque. Is he really willing to take that fight?
Well, he knows if he has the AWP, the HP is not a massive factor at that point, but that's if he wants to take the challenge. 2 HE grenade kills at the start. That is kind of insane.
What was that at round 21? Such a crucial round of such a crucial match for EG. And 2 players from Astralis eliminated with $600 spent. Beautiful stuff. Stanislaw, no doubt, part of that one.
Yeah, it's no better feeling when you've got set-piece grenades like that, especially when you do 2 of them. Like, top end, an HE grenade can do up to like 60 damage, so they have to be pretty much perfect grenades. Glaive going for one hell of a backstab, though. Will he get the information there towards Ivy? He actually won't. Now he has to work out, are they going towards inside or not? He might get this wrong because now outside is completely open. If the bomb gets planted here, EG should win the round, but Glaive does go back through T-spawn.
He's made his choice, and it's not off information from his teammates because they're still tucked in on inner. He knows that this is his responsibility. He has the cross to stop her, that's it.
10 HP.
25 seconds. If he can just make things awkward, stop that bomb from crossing. It's on the back of Ethan. They're about to start the cross. He does. Bomb loose, 18 seconds. The rotate's coming in. Magic's gone backtracks. Glaive, he does back up as well. 13 seconds as Breezy's going to pick up that bomb. I'm not sure it can be stopped. It's Magic's the only one with a real possibility. And Cirque ensures survival. EG poised for their 11th. Just Zipex and Glaive to have something to say. They won't finish the job. Glaive low. He's done so much heavy lifting already with the double kill. I think Astralis may have to concede this one.
He did absolutely everything they could, but when you start off a round with a double HE kill, what really can you do? They did well to even make that a little bit uncomfortable there. With 10 seconds left on the clock when the plant came through, Glaive couldn't have played it better. He gets 2 kills. He makes things difficult. He survives as well, and that money is absolutely broken here. $0 on Device. Mages Dupree. Zipex, who's going to save a weapon. Same story for Glaive here. They absolutely have to save these M4s, and in terms of loss bonus, they have the first stage after conceding the previous round. That means they get $1,900 per player into this next one. They might as well force it, to be honest, with the 2 saved M4s. They don't have to, but we'll see which way they are inclined. Maybe a tactical pause to discuss their options here, and they're going to go for it. I think that makes sense. A scout comes through.
Yeah, it is. Same nades we saw them throw before.
Exactly.
Straight over towards the bomb train, right? That's the second time they've tried it, at least that we've observed. And a double kill. I wonder if that's something they throw every train game, or if perhaps that's something they've engineered and observed. I'm a pet scrolling through the demos and seeing that is an often safe route that Astralis take, quote-unquote safe. Clearly wasn't in the round prior. Aggressive from Zipex.
Hello.
And an immediate lead for EG here in round 22. Magisk with a nade, not going to do too much because they are still remaining restrained.
That was one of the 2 rifles they had as well. Zipex rushed in towards lower round, trying to get a quick kill, hoping it'd be a default sort of round with one player holding that position. Uncomfortable times here for Dupree, but doesn't take much damage from the HE at all. Hoping to get a 1D again. The scout lands. Tarek, he'll take a shot to the chest there through the wooden boards. Device won't know it, but damage inflicted at least. So 2 players now.
Quite the contribution. Fresh magazine for Ethan as they slow things down for a moment. Breezy, however, is given a very short window to find Device, and he's willing to leap through it.
Dupree, again, being a nuisance towards this main entrance. He's found himself here 3 times at this point. Surely they won't give him any chance to do anything with it. Tarek ready and waiting, patient play. The flashes go over. It's a 5 versus 2. M4's have been recovered, and Glaive, such a smart player. He'll be holding towards the Pop Dogs. Timings will have to be working in his favor for him to stand a chance of denying anything here. 5 on 2. Spotted now. Gets the first, but takes significant damage. Down to 48. Molotov's being deployed, and Astralis might just have to save the M4s once again.
Again, how many rounds have we seen this? Astralis trying to keep whatever the tools they have at their disposal, forcing around it, starting to create somewhat of a void, digging themselves deep into a hole. We'll see if they'll be able to climb out of. Cirque, it's worth mentioning, he's at the top of the scoreboard alongside Breezy here, and it was a win condition the analyst outlined, but you had to see the Cirque from the end of Dust 2 carry over into Train. He's there, and he has been in full force. This round, however, was determined by the aggression of Zipex early. Such a quick lead given to EG. There's always a risk and a reward in an early aggression from the CTs. Well, you get to see the negative side, the cons of that list manifest themselves here in New York. 4 rounds from evil geniuses, not only winning ESL 1 New York, but doing so versus major champions Astralis, and doing so on home soil under the new organization without dropping a map. It just sounds
insane.
like a fairy tale story. It's the fairy tale of New York, my goodness.
Yeah, that is wild. The fact they haven't even dropped a map yet, and they're in touching distance of the trophy now. 12 to 10. Another partial investment here from Astralis. A couple of Deagles and CZs thrown into those 2 M4s. They're going for the inside rush here. Glaive is there with the M4. Backup coming in from, I believe, Zipex from that connected. I'll focus towards the upper position, knowing when the money's low. That's a great place to go, but it hasn't worked out too well so far. It's the mow down from Glaive. He could keep them alive here, as it's now a 4 on 2. Some time bought. Zipex still alive, looking to cause damage, and he's done it. Doesn't get the frag, but even down to 15. It looks like that kill's guaranteed. And now Cirque, 2 versus 1. No weapons for these remaining players. Device, USP, Dupree, Deagle, both players without armor, and Cirque tries to get the hell out of there. They're just trying to find whatever they can on the floor at this point. Plenty of weaponry available.
Rock in a hard place perhaps for Cirque, makes perhaps the wise decision, knows there's no armor. That Krieg even more powerful. Didn't quite catch the glimpse of the ladder climb for info from Device. Cirque set up for the 13th. Still has to clutch, pressure on. And he knows that time is flexible at this point, 45. However, Astralis have all the information. They know he can't have moved. Dupree has his exit. Device has the other, albeit intermittently.
Yeah, they don't have to move too much here, but both players have got armor, remember. He just needs to try and make this a 1 versus 1. He needs a bit of intel. Device is trying to get the information. That should be enough. And now he can tell Dupree to fall back. He's got a plan to be taken down.
Shots from Dupree miss. And now he's got a shot. Gets the 1v1s he was looking for. He takes the fight and wins it. The Dane with the Deeg. Sigh of relief for Dupree. He missed the first. That could have been a window for Cirque to win the 1v2.
Yeah,
put the
absolutely.
13th on the board, but he does manage to save himself, save his team, and keep things as level as they could be. 12-11 the score. Look at Glaive, he won that round for Astralis, albeit Dupree, a messy finish, but that spray down.
And that's why you don't necessarily want to be coming in with the fast B approach when you know the money's low. We've said it so many times in the last couple of years. It can be a very problematic call. You don't know what you're running into. And fair play to Glaive. That was a fantastic sequence. He couldn't have been positioned better in that one. As we'll find ourselves with a 12-11 to scoreline. Evil Geniuses now will take the tactical timeout. They're 3rd so far. They have plenty of money, but so does Astralis. That is a resounding victory for themselves. This map will go the full distance now. Cirque with 21 frags, but couldn't get the most important one of them all in that previous round. That would have obliterated the Astralis defense, but overall, 12-11, and the timeout will come to an end. Let's see if we can get those grenades towards outside once again, but they only have the singular HE grenade here. Round 24 commences.
Let's have a look how they choose to approach it. Looks like the lineups are going to be coming for some outside smokes. Whether or not they choose to follow up on that, well, remains to be seen. It does seem like they're just joining the party towards main for now. An aggressive stance from the CTs towards Ivy. No one to receive, but should they push or flash for information and then push, they will be able to react accordingly. Dupree setting himself up to keep hold of Olof, and Breezy continuing to dance around, keeps the attention drawn as Stan arrives, and does arrive in the kill feed as well. Good damage from Glaive, able to back away as he brings Ethan down to 7.
Yeah,
but site control and bomb planted.
Very difficult round for Astralis to pick up here. It's down to Glade. He tries to deny the plant, but it's not going to happen. Device has already been tagged up. He's at the back tracks here. We'll see if this backstab from Magus is enough. 3 versus 3, 2 players incredibly low. That kill is massive. The timing works out for Ethan. Zipex, he's got the kit. There's a smoke available for Device, but isolated on the bomb site right now. Tarek on the other side, and now it comes to a close. 13-11. It's a big round to pick up. Faster pace play from Evil Geniuses there, deploying all of the smokes towards outside. An initial frag with the Krieg sets him up for a perfect plant, and Glade, he couldn't do anything about it. Zipex left alone on the bomb site. This was the moment it all comes crashing down with Tarek getting the double spray down.
Gorgeous stuff. They hold their nerve. These rounds have been high pressure from the start of this map. Chaos has ensued. Rushes from Dupree did throw a spanner in the works at some point, but EG on their T side now, 3 rounds away from a trophy lift, and such a significant one at that. Their opponent, the location, the list is endless.
Let's hit a tactical timeout, and they're going to buy. This could decide the fate of this map here. We'll see 2 scouts and M4, 13-11, and they're fully invested on the Danish side of things. This is going to be one of the most difficult rounds of the entire tournament for Astralis to try and pick up. If they lose this one, 14-11 down, and they'll have no money at all. Evil Geniuses have this one in the palm of their hand. Shots exchanged, and Device will take a bullet to the chest through the corner of the wall there, down to 21.
Great work from Tarek. Didn't have to see his opposition to do damage. Cirque surviving, given a second lease of life. However, is he ready for that push from Glaive? He's playing the sneaky beaver play. Survival enables attention to be drawn.
Oh, what? No way.
He's always thinking one step ahead.
That's insane.
Of the world's best in-game leader, Glaive. I say that, Cirque. Having his strings pulled by Stanislaw. But that was all Cirque. Incredible stuff. Catches him off guard. He had to pay the price, but that's minimal at this point with the AWP.
Just to know 2 orbs on that T side. It's one of the few maps where you're not that mad about it. It's such a viable weapon on the map. And now they have a 5-on-4 lead. Make it 3. Like I said, this is one of the most important rounds we've seen all tournament here.
They can do this. Just scouts remain, Device low. But scattered for now, EG. They're going to start to tighten this vice grip on round 25. Astralis going to take the gamble stack. Smart call. Should they end up on the inner site? Unlikely though, given Tarek's position on Ivy. If he does any investigation, he'll start calling it's clear. Has the orb though, it could be a slow clear, 25 seconds. And oh my goodness, they are walking in towards the Lion's Den. Tarek, however, has got the information.
No, he's called it.
He's called it just in the nick of time.
1
15
second.
seconds.
That could have been it. It could have all fallen apart if they'd have gone through to the side. He just saved the round there. I think that's enough. Oh, that's definitely enough. That's everything. Device has been removed. 5-on-2. They have no chance of winning this round. It's going to be 14-11. Money is broken. They've got an M4 to save and a scout. That is absolutely it. What a call from Tarek. What a play with the AWP.
They were about to go down that ramp, Henry. You're right. 1 second late on that call, or one hesitant belief in the call could have cost them, but instead, EG, that's going to be the 14th. You said this round could determine it. Well, now Astralis, they're up against the ropes. They're battered and bloody. And EG are going to have so many opportunities. Building that lead, opportunities to close this out. It's a perfect round as well. Not a single man goes down.
Well, now they're going to get $2,400 for play on the CD side, and Dupree doesn't make it. The M4 goes. That would have been their strongest asset going forward. I will say it again, $2,400 per player on the Astralis side as Evil Geniuses hunt for tournament point here. 14-11 overall. What's the play? Did they take the eco, a partial buy, try and win it with Deagles once again? I would say that has to be the play. 2,400 is not enough, but you're on the CT side of train. Getting 4 rounds in a row isn't outside the realms of possibility.
Certainly not. Certainly not on the CT side. They call the timeout. You can understand why. Henry's still trying to work out what they're going to do. I think so are Astralis.
I think that has to be the play. They cannot fully invest into this one. 2,400 is not enough. But you can get 4 rounds in a row, take it to overtime. That is possible. They'll get $2,900 on top of their 2K they'll have at the end of this round, considering they'll get maybe PD50s and CZs. That has to be the call. it's not an option to force here in my book, and I don't think they're going to. So just a CZ, a P250, that's about what we expected. He'll take this one on the chin. It will be one of the hardest games at this stage, trying to stay alive in the third and potentially final map here. 4 rounds in a row. The pressure couldn't be higher.
It could not. Double AWPs on that T side as well, which you've already highlighted that get away with it, but against the pistols, CZ swinging around can make that things awkward and nothing out of the realms of possibility, but this one, a sealed deal in many's eyes. Certainly the Barclays Center has a good sneaking suspicion on how this round may play out. Something we've been praising Evil Geniuses for this entire time has been their restraint up against what most consider easy rounds. They will be procedural and hesitant, cautious. Don't want to fall foul to any funny business.
Well, that could happen with a double AWP set up on the T side against pistols. You never know. If one of those players gets caught off guard and gives an AWP away to the likes of Device, it could fall apart, but a strong start from Ethan. Just one pickup found, no HP lost, and that could confirm that inside is clear. Right now, it actually is. Glaive towards a connector. That's about all they've got. Will they commit off it, though? Glaive will have the USP at connector. Really not an ideal situation. Tarek with a bomb towards lower. If they commit off this, they pretty much guarantee the round, and that will be championship point locked in. Just need to get that plant through, and it looks like there's enough.
Ethan Sturkson in the feed. Yep, this one will be the 15th for Evil Geniuses. It will put them 1 round away from your ESL 1 New York champions. 1 round away. Astralis, they're going to throw everything they've got at them. Double AWPs for the defense.
And it'll be Magus to hold the secondary AWP. And this is what we were expecting here. They have to just go for broke here. 4 rounds in a row. It's not actually that crazy for that to happen. Astralis, they can hold their nerve. They've been in this situation plenty of times before. It'll be a historic comeback when the stakes couldn't be higher. We'll see what they can make of it here. Device and Magus to try and stand tall. 2 AWPs towards outside, and the first kill comes in. Magus with that secondary sniper will open things up.
Tarek's aggression did get punished. Let's remove some of their options in this round. Looks like they're going to try it again. Requires 3 players, and as they edge into position, Cirque will start the strafe. No one's there. It's a powerful boost, though. Look at that line of sight. Yet to see it rewarded so far. Device, he's been quiet here on train, silenced, suffocated by this T side of EG. New York find their voice. Device finds a frag. Oh, and another one plucks Breezy out of the air, doesn't even let his boots hit the ground. And now Stan, Cirque, both low. 27 will not be where this one ends unless some absurd connections do continue. That's something. Tagged up Device, but Dupree's going to be locking the door behind them.
Well, 5 on 2. It was Tarek that tried to take matters into his own hand with a fast approach towards outside. He was taken down. They tried their luck towards inner, but Device, he manages to hold strong with the glass cannon AWP. Not a massive factor on a map like Train. You saw the range he was holding right back there at the upper ramp. First shot was great. It was actually a collateral shot. Managed to hit the first, get the kill, do damage to the second, plucked the third out of the air. And at that point, Astralis have locked this round in. Plenty of cash on the EG side, but Cirque battling to hold on to the AWP at this stage. Nice footwork to get himself back in position. Doesn't want to touch the flames. He's already had a awkward moment on Dust to remove himself from the equation.
Dupree's hunting and will be quicker. Just a couple of seconds in it and both do fall. And so, Astralis, that's 1. And now they at least can stop the panic. They have pulled out the double AWP. I wonder if that second one's going to return to the fray. Doesn't look like it. Magisk said he was going to take the secondary, and he's so proficient with it.
Great shots from Device there. Now 3 rounds. Single AWP set up for the T side, a little bit more traditional now. Cirque with 23 kills. Device, he's got 10. Not his best performance, but that last round kept him in it. Boost from Cirque here on the pallets. Looking over, trying to see if Magus will peak once again. As you mentioned there, just a single AWP setup this time. It'll be Device and Magus tucked in towards Ivy. this swing position here. As soon as Device takes a shot, may just sort of run around the corner and try and finish things off, whether it's a hit or a miss.
Stan often finds himself alone, and he's going to make his presence known. Throws off the flash, will force Device just to take a moment. 2 players, nearly 3 towards that Ivy side of Astralis. And they realise that perhaps is somewhat of an over-investment. They'll be sending Device back towards the inner site. There's no cues there necessarily, unless Dupree's been making the call from Popdog here in the steps above him. 2 players setting themselves up there. Glaive on the rotation in order to support, and Magisk about to be tested. That Stan. His 13th frag, but it doesn't feel unlucky, that's for sure. 4 remain for Astralis in a battle for survival. Glaive keeps things level. And a crucial moment here on Train with this pooling of resources. Breezy looking to set himself up perhaps for a smoke grenade. He's going to be flashed off for now, yep. Pulling the pin on that. Starts to fly through the air, and actually Device missing a crucial opportunity. Cirque, however, shuts him down. He won't get another chance. 3 versus 3. EG. It's going to be down to Tarek and Cirque. Zipex and Glaive stand against them. They've only got 10 seconds to get that bomb down. North American organization here on home soil, and I don't know if this round is even possible at this point. 6 seconds, it's not. Cirque backing away, and he'll be shut down as well. Astralis, in the face of adversity, remain vigilant.
Wow, now that couldn't have been closer. It will be 15-13. Evil Geniuses now have got money to buy into this round, but do they want to? Stanislaw 3,500, Cirque with 32. It would be a mixed bag, and it's Dupree to save the day there. What fantastic form. Also that E-box, that's the kill that really matters there, as the time was running so low. Final timeout for EG. We said it was possible for Astralis to get 4 rounds in a row. They're certainly making a convincing case to do so here. A couple of rounds remaining. Even if Astralis get to the point we want them to, it's still into overtime there, but they will remain on the CT side.
Take a moment to cherish this. Cherish seeing Astralis up against the ropes in a best of 5. This year, the end of 2019, everyone had them coined to just take a dominant run, a final sprint to the finish line of the year. And now Resistance presents itself in the biggest way possible. Down 0-2. Up against 4 match points, championship points for Evil Geniuses, and now just 2 remain.
They forced buy into this round. They could have played it for round 30 and had all the money they possibly need. Stanislaw throws the incendiary towards the Ivy position. It's going to be Glaive making his presence towards the Ivy. Popdog, excuse me. More Seeker Lils, a UMP, and basic utility available here. Zipex with a strong grenade towards inside. Tarek could feel this one. Doesn't connect.
For a moment, the arena falls silent in anticipation. Will this be the final round of play here in the Barclays Center? Astralis, they've strung 2 together. It needs to be 4 for OT. Our 3rd map. Glaive responsible for Popdog. He has support in Dupree, who has his eyes towards main as well.
So, 2 smokes remain, 4 flashbangs. Stanislaw holding towards the Popdog for now. He's got that UMP, remember. It all comes to a bit of a standstill here. He'll line up the smokes towards outside. 3 players heading towards Ivy here. This is an all-in play with 30 seconds remaining here. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Stanislaw flash towards inside.
He's trying to set it.
He's smoked towards the connector of inside here, so he's trying to cause a rotation. There's 2 players towards inner. This could be enough.
Yeah, with Glaive and Popdog as well. Actually, it's all on Dupree. He has the support of Magisk towards the backtracks, and he has to win this frag.
That's big.
That's a leap in the right direction, but Magisk and Glaive shut us right back up. Find the head of Breezy and stand on the site. Bomb goes down, though. Tarek and Ethan, alongside Cirque, up on Ivy, looking to keep this one locked and loaded. They are 4 frags away from this one. Magisk, he will fall. Tarek makes it work. Device starting to close the gap. Do they have the kit? They do. Jewel from Tarek brings him down to 40, but he's still alive, and that's what matters. Device, it's a big frag onto Ethan. Leads it down to 2. Cirque's gone. It's all on Tarek. In Brooklyn, no less. He can't do it. And Astralis now 1 away. 1 away from taking us into overtime. These are the Dream Killers. They'll crush it, especially if you're a team from North America, but EG still another chance. It's not going to be the most glorious of chances, though, in this final round, Henry.
That was a great attempt, though, I have to say. EG with the smoke towards Connector. Stan with the flashbang. He locks two players towards inside. They get the opening frag, but holding so strong. They're doing it round and round. And it's going to be a Tech 9, a Galil, a UMP, a couple of AKs here. Maybe just an inside execution for the looks of things. They're sending everything they've got towards this side of the map. Those brown halls will be under their control. Dupree gets himself in towards the pop dog room. Cirque with the pistol. Breezy with the lesser of the rifles here. And Sanastorm and SMG, they do not have the sniper available to them against a fully equipped Astralis, who are looking to get to overtime and remain on the CT forces here.
The buy may not be ideal, but will the play? Zipek's been sitting on that nade, and it's perfect. A carpet bomb in brown halls leaves Breezy and Cirque limping into round 30. The final of regulation. Will this be a trophy lift, or will this be a grueling overtime? It's time to find out. 3 members from Astralis have already sussed this one out. Zipex, Glaive, Device in the support as well. Utility could be somewhat of a double pump. They've got one smoke, that's it. Cirque can throw that down the ramp should he need to. There's flashbangs. And here comes the push. It's so good. Glaive finds 2. No resistance presented until Tarek shows up on the site. Where's the bomb? Good connections from Cirque, keeping things level.
Oh.
Now we're talking, it's those Device. He's shouting. Bomb goes down, and from behind, Dupree strikes. It looks like Astralis have weathered this storm. The match point, the championship point. EG couldn't handle it, and 4 back-to-back from Astralis. They keep EG honest. We're off to overtime.
We absolutely are. We knew it was a possibility. Astralis, one of the most tenacious teams in the entirety of CSGO. They were 15-11 down, required 4 rounds in a row, took the eco to get themselves in that position, and they absolutely convert it. Evil Geniuses can't find an access point. It was the AT grenade, did significant damage, opened things up. Glaive spraying them down. He confirmed the victory there. Tarek got one back, but the backstab came through. They didn't see it coming, and now we get into it. 16K, MR3, double orb setup on the CT side, and Astralis looking to get that clean 3-0 and replicate that form towards the latter stages of that CT side. Cirque back on the orb, but his form's starting to dwindle after they get closer and closer towards that trophy moment, but everything's been reset at this stage. Cirque waiting for the aggression towards the connector. And now we'll see if they can open things up. Holding patiently for now. Ethan deploying the smokes.
So forces Cirque back from his decision to tuck himself in on main. Will reaggress. Tarek brazenly leaping back into main, often held by the AWP of Device. He's elsewhere, though, responsible for inner, enables Glaive to play the bomb train. Things fall silent in both the arena and the server. Presence shown on Ivy, and that will be responsibility of one of the 3, all holding hands. It's such a powerful corner. Safe from main, eyes on Ivy, eyes on Pop. That's why they find themselves there. Ethan opens things up, gets the head of Dupree, and Majesty quick response. Tarek just sluts it, and Magis close quarters orbing. Cirque, he did stay poised, took a moment, couldn't quite connect though, and left in a 1 versus 3. He's hunted by Zipex. Astralis, they have found a new level.
Yeah, that's actually quite remarkable. Mage is really starting to feel himself now. That secondary orb connecting some absolutely wonderful shots there. The outside execution doesn't lead to much here. It seems like Evil Geniuses have lost that killer instinct and looking quite as sharp, not quite as high-flying at this stage as Astralis will take the lead after a 15-11 deficit. Now find himself up 1-0 in overtime here on their CT side. Money won't be an issue here. The 16K starts, but looking for a clean 3-0 as far as enter the second round here. Mage is still on the AWP, of course, and Ethan working towards inside. It's going to be Device watching the lower ramp, shotgun-style orbing, looking to open things up, and he might get a challenge in this second. Cirque will be with Ethan, so he may just to find the first shot again. He really isn't going down without a fight. He has been the shining light for Astralis here on train.
He simply refuses to let EG move off that 15 mark, regardless of regulation or overtime. Of course it goes overtime again. These 2 teams played train. I could have sworn they matched the record. And that's 3 targets. Device stays stable. Oh, and a second. A third pushing towards the oil train. Cirque's gonna miss on towards Dupree, and it leaves Tarek all alone. Devices are gonna make a single error in this round. A triple kill from the Danish star Orpa, and that puts them at 17. Astralis, combined with the 4 in regulation, are on quite the spree on their CT side.
Evil Geniuses trying everything they can, this time towards inside once more. It's the same position from Device. This time not the collateral shot, but as good as gets himself a couple of frags there. EG really struggling now to really make a dent here. Tarek will get the AK. There's still the single orb setup, looking for at least 1 round here on their T-side campaign. 3-0 looking incredibly likely, though. They just don't seem to have a response for it. They've really slowed down the pace. They're just running default to this point, trying to run execution. When they were looser, when they were running around as a pack, that's when it looked very exciting. And now it's looking rather flat, I have to say. Round 3, looking very good for Astralis. They start to deliver the first bit of damage here. HE towards Ivy. And another very standard setup from EG.
Perhaps that flare was lost when the realization set in that they were 1 round away from winning the grand finals of ESL 1 New York. Suddenly, it's a lot more difficult to have the confidence to go for the same plays we've seen them find so much success with in the initial stages of regulation. Deep smoke from the CTs is going to be enough to dissuade Tarek from his Pop Dog ventures, at least for now.
Wow. 2 players towards Ivy. Bomb towards Pop Dog. They still have 1 smoke remaining. Plenty of flashbangs here, but time is ticking away. We hit the 35-second mark at this stage, and Ethan, will be given the responsibility of finding that first frag from the Pop Dog. Here comes one of the first flashes now. Deploys it, trying to wheel his way out as we'll see the orb looking very confident here. No challenge, no smokes down, and an absolutely beautiful shot from Magisk.
That's great. Breezy does try and keep things level only for a moment. He's not necessarily done. Finds some bullets on towards Magisk, finished by Tarek. They need 1 on this T side, and they're taking good steps in that direction to change that Zipex. Back and forth, Breezy finds himself another. That's his double. Circle finish. And EG finally finds 16. It's not when they wanted it, but it's enough to soften the blow.
There was a chance there. There was a world where he manages to hit the planter through the underneath the train. There wasn't any time left, but no. It will be EG getting at least 1, and that's fine. 2-1 in the T-side in overtime. That's about par for the course. Main just did everything he could, though, to keep them in that round. What a fantastic shot. And Cirque will be the one to close things out there. 2-1 as Astralis switch over to their T-side now. They'll be bringing out the orb, of course, for Device. He seems to be getting warmed up, maybe just in the nick of time here, trying to take us to the 4th map if possible. Stan and Cirque on the double AWPs here. Dupree looking to stay fast-paced with Magis. They're going to be flashed off towards main entrance at the very start. Cirque positioned himself on top of green, just in front of Ivy, where Breezy will be protecting him with the M4.
What a world-class talent. 28 frags here on train. Pushing forward. We are going to be seeing this typical utility thrown from the top of the pot. Ethan given a challenge. It's Magisk. He's been opening up every single round here in overtime. It feels like he's not done there. Does get silenced finally. Gag order issued by Cirque. And he's not done either. Taking it in turns. The double kill not far off. Glaive does get it down though. He was right the second time, but Glaive's already escaped. The guise of the smoke enables him to retreat to Pop Dog. Dupree pushed up on green. Device. He catches a bullet, but still breathing.
I've got a smoke here, Alex, and Kits, of course. They can smoke on top of the bomb. They're in a great position here, but the time is ticking away. There's the smoke being deployed right now. Stan will set up the flashbang as well. Going to be going for a full defuse here. We'll see if that's going to be possible. Great Molotov. It doesn't look like they can do this. Astralis homing in on map point here. 18 will do it. Breezy fighting back, 13 HP. Surely no time. He'll have to fall back. They're going to have to play with double overtime here as Astralis pick up the first round of their T-side campaign.
EG. They could and had the opportunity. And now Astralis with an opportunity to bite back in the best of 5.
Yes, indeed. It has to be double overtime at this point. And Magis, you're absolutely right. What an absolutely stunning performance he's had here in the latter stages of train. He finds those opening frags. Cirque did what he could. 2 beautiful shots here. And look, this could have been enough. But the most important one, to try and deny the bomb inside the smoke. That would have sealed the deal. That wasn't meant to be. EG 1 round away from taking us to the next map here. Astralis. Oh, yeah, you're right. On the T side as well.
See how this one plays out. Dupree, no slouch on that AWP. alongside Devet. Your palms are shaking at this point. All this hard work for both teams, and it hangs in the balance now. Astralis, 5 frags away from the first map win in this best of 5. They've still got all of their utility, just learning the CT's posture. Every step, every sound cue, contributing into the mental picture they're starting to paint of this setup. Zipex, the Molotov combined, is supposed to flush anyone out of Pop Dog, and nobody's home.
30 seconds remain here, Alex. Tarek in a prime position to shut down this assault towards the outside bomb side. The first shot has to connect, which it does. He stays up there on his perch. 5 versus 4. Tarek in a great position. He needs to try and deny that plant if possible. It'll have to be a no-scope. Oh, he goes one better there. It will be a fantastic job here. Oh, wow. It's going to be the clean sweep. The defuse is in there, no problem. Evil Geniuses keep themselves in this overtime. They need 1 round to take us to double. Astralis looked like they had this one under lock and key, but it comes down to the final round now.
The pressure of the 6th round to take it to a second overtime. Let's see it again from Tarek. That's a quick reaction time. Dupree was accelerating on the cross. He managed to get 3 out of this. The 3rd nonsense into Glaive, didn't even have to use the scope. And so, will we see a second overtime? The answer to the question on its way, inbound, as is the Astralis T side. What's the call from Glaive? What does he believe will secure them the 3rd map here in this final?
That's the question. Magus, takes a nade to the face at the very start. Flames all around him at this stage. And confirmed there's no rush here from the Astralis side, but outside execution looking quite likely here. 2 smokes down, and players towards that main entrance. Flashed off, Tarek can't connect. This is it, can they hold on? It's the first 2 kills in favor of EG. Looking to take us to double overtime. It looks like it's enough. You better believe it is. We're going to double overtime. EG take the advantage now. They remain on the CT side. It looked like they were running out of gas there, Alex, but they pull into the station, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, we saw the signs on the DHL drop. They said the EG train has no brakes. Well, neither does this broadcast, because we go again. Another overtime. Courtesy of Breezy's triple, Tarek's double. And it's all reset. This time the CT start is the gift for EG. Let's see if Astralis can do better than 1. That was what EG managed to muster in the 3rd on their first go. And the beauty of overtime is as time continues, players start going completely off the rule book. Glaive's already out, smokes himself off, may survive a little bit longer. The flash is good. But I think he's going to get timed here, the push, the aggression, and it's all over the map. Stan's only going to get 1. They're going to get the bomb down very fast on this inner take. The CTs are scattered, distracted. Tarek does relieve that pressure now onto Glaive.
That's beautiful from Glaive. I love that from him. The fact that he gets towards outside causes absolute pandemonium, allows his teammates to trade successfully towards inside against 1 player. That was Stanislaw. They've got full control of the inside area now. Wow. Mages just mauling them towards the connector position. Ethan will pull 1 back, but device of the AWP. That's the shot that could decide the round. It will be up to Tarek here, and nothing he can do about it. It'll be a 1-0 start here for Astralis with a brilliant play there. The in-game leader causing such a distraction towards outside. They weren't sure as to what was going on in that position, how many players were there. He gets 1 kill, and that's enough just to leave Stan alone towards inner.
He did everything to try and sell that, extinguishing the Molotov. That gets them panicked, flashing over the train. He ensures they know where he is, and they react accordingly. Enables that trading into the site, and now Astralis have done what EG did in the 3rd, in the 1st. Here on the T side, 2nd pass of overtime. Stan, given the burden and responsibility of holding the inner site, he has the support of Cirque. Rather standard setup for them, not necessarily standard for Astralis, as they invest all of their players early towards this side of the map. Dupree's on walkabouts for now, just anticipating someone close. Oh, they're just going to go to this, aren't they? Down to Cirque and Stan to stop the second round, and backs were turned and shots are missed. Stan has to do better than that. They haven't seen him. Somehow they haven't checked it. Catches Glaive, but what's that from Device?
I have no idea, but he somehow got 2 kills out of that. That's absolutely remarkable. He was so slow to get into this train, but he has stepped up and gone above and beyond with the teammates right now. Tarek, he can't find the frag, but Ethan certainly can. He's left with a 2 versus 1. Device trying to maneuver his way around the bomb side, but he actually runs into the crosshair, looking for his 4th kill. It's Ethan. Will he just go with the full defuse here? It doesn't even matter. Before he even gets a chance to decide his next play, it's Mages. They'll come from the lower ramp and save the day. It's going to be 2-0 here on the T side of double overtime for Astralis.
Mages is a bloodhound. I don't know what happened into the second half of this one, but he has got a fire lit beneath him. This was great from Ethan. All of the heroics. It was the 1v1, but he just gets the timing right. Magisk is in the head. He's in the matrix at this point. He's just seeing green numbers on a CRT. Gorgeous. Catches Ethan, stops the dream again. And Astralis, they're poised to try and get the flawless T side here on the second overtime of trade. Damage, though, is good from EG, and it continues. So does the fragging from Astralis, though. Glaive there on the site makes his presence known. Device catching Tarek after the first. Down to Stan and Cirque very quick into this one. 90 seconds are still on the clock. Cirque's trying to level it out and does so. Does manage to tuck himself into the bomb train before the trade from Green can come in. Stan is working this one out. Doesn't matter, Cirque's doing all the hard work necessary. Now leaves Device into the 1v2, a missed shot. Not making the same mistake again, though, and it's Cirque to keep things going. Keep the EG train on the tracks. 20 now to 19, the game continues.
Yeah, that was a must-win round. They had to win that one. It wouldn't have been good enough conceding 3 rounds on your CT side. It didn't seem possible to come back into it. Cirque had to dig so deep to even make that round a possibility. It looked like it was enough here. Astralis with a faster approach towards outside. You see 1 minute 30 on the clock and so many kills coming through. Device, there was a world where he hits that shot there, but beats into the punch. As we'll swap things over again. Astralis 2 rounds away from victory here and taking us to a 4th map. Double orb setup on the CT side, Device and Mages once again, and that's been a potent combination throughout this CT campaign.
Device, first to be tested, and passes again. Ethan, willing to give him that fight, but now he's forced to watch as his team look to clam up with what they've got remaining. 4 players up against the blue wall that is Astralis, it seems. Standard split. A moment's respite from the chaos.
Yeah, well, it's Astralis with the advantage for now. Recovery required here from EG. Astralis 1 round away from map points again, and it's looking very good for them. An inside play looks likely. We do have Breezy alone towards Ivy once again. He's tried this many times before to mixed success. And I can't believe it. It's the upper ramp they might try once more, and that's where Device has been absolutely destroying them.
This could be the best shot yet. Device is on the reposition. Wasn't far off, but smokes will arrive on ramp just in the nick of time. Breezy, he realizes no time like the present with 30 seconds left. Astralis, their utility, it's also perfectly timed. Glaives pushes 2. Dupree holding pop like a hero.
Goodness.
He's not done! Triple kill from Dupree puts Astralis on map point. Evil Geniuses made to sweat on the 3rd map of this grand final.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. 2 rounds now. Evil Geniuses require on their T side. It's not looking good at all. They had a 15-11 scoreline. On their T side, it was looking like they'd done enough. Just had to win one of those rounds. It went to overtime. The alarm bell didn't go off just then, but it looks like it might be now. Double orb set up on the T side once more. Tarek and Cirque will bring out the snipers. Same story for Device and Mages once again. It's a faster play, as we'll see Breezy make his way out of the main entrance.
Will this really be the first map EG lose here in New York in the 3rd map of the grand finals? Opportunity presents itself, catches Magic sleeping with the nade in his hand. It's a strange practice, but he does it anyway. Nice push from Breezy as well. 2 early frags puts EG in the driving seat of this round. And Breezy, they know exactly where he is, but Device, comfortable close quarters, and he's not done again, catching Ethan. Looking for the ace clutch to secure the map. Surely an impossible concept there is. the idea that Cirque could push, but actually using the smoke to cower. Device using the CZ now, look up close and personal. There's a player above him, and Stan brings home 20. We're going all the way.
Yeah, this is all the rounds at this point. We're into the bonus rounds at this stage. We are going to see Evil Geniuses with another chance to take it to triple overtime. It's such a difficult round to win, but they managed to do it in that previous one with the outside play from Breezy. The fact he gets to that position, Cirque opens up a little bit of space with the AWP shot, and then he can go through enemy lines and manage to absolutely rupture the defense. Round 6, a double overtime here. Single AWP set up for Device, and still Tarek and Cirque with 2 AWPs on the T side here. Even looking to open things up. A chance to get that first frag. Does a little bit of damage towards Glaive, takes him to 75. Stanislaw inspecting the pop dog position. Magisk is there, but holds a deeper angle.
Every move you make, it's an opportunity, and the double drop does not work again. Stan, oh, and Magisk gets the triple. He's being fed the frags, and Astralis are being gifted this one. Leaping out with his knife, Tarek falls, and it's concluded right there. Astralis presented with a 4-round deficit, 11-15. They take it to OT. It goes again. These teams train and overtime. In Berlin, it went 28-31 in favor of EG. This time, Astralis have learned from their mistakes. They do